Chapter 1. A World Reborn. Eliana gazed out of the Odyssey's viewport, her eyes tracing the curve of the Earth as it receded into the distance, a shimmering blue jewel set against the vast, unforgiving darkness of space. The stars beyond seemed to flicker with a cold indifference to the lone astronaut's mission. She turned her gaze inward, to the sterile confines of her spacecraft, feeling the weight of isolation press down on her. The hum of the Odyssey's life support systems was a constant reminder of the fragile line between life and death in the void. Months turned into years as Eliana pushed the boundaries of human endurance, her only companion, the AI that managed the Odyssey's systems, a disembodied voice that offered technical assistance but could never understand the depth of her solitude. She would often find herself lost in memories of Earth, of the lush green that had turned to dust and the vibrant cities now silent. It was a haunting motivation, driving her forward on her seemingly impossible mission. Then, the encounter with the wormhole, a violent torrent in the fabric of space-time, altered her course and perhaps the fate of both Earths. Eliana emerged from the other side, not just in another part of the universe, but in another reality altogether. This new Earth, vibrant and alive in ways her home had not been for decades, was a testament to what could have been. The global collective of this parallel Earth received her with a mixture of astonishment and skepticism. Eliana found herself under the careful watch of Maya, a scientist whose curiosity about Elena's world was matched only by her intellect, and Jackson, whose leadership united the diverse factions of this utopian society. Yet, it was Orion, with his strategic mind and wary gaze, who posed the most complex challenge, questioning Elena's every motive. Eliana learned of the shift, a pivotal moment where this Earth's path diverged from her own. It had been a close call, a moment where ecological and societal collapse seemed inevitable. But through unity and sacrifice, they had averted disaster, embracing technologies and philosophies that prioritized the health of their planet and its inhabitants. As Eliana shared her own Earth story, the faces of her audience reflected a spectrum of emotions: empathy, horror, and a resolve that mirrored her own. Yet the debate raged on whether to risk their peace by meddling in the affairs of another world. Eliana understood their hesitancy. The shadows of her Earth's failures loomed large, a daunting specter of potential doom. The decision came unexpectedly, spurred by a desperate message from the Odyssey. Time was running out faster than anticipated. Earth's deterioration was accelerating. The room fell silent as the reality of their decision weighed heavily upon them. Eliana, with a voice that trembled but did not break, made her plea. "We are given few chances in life to truly make a difference, not just for our own, but for a world teetering on the brink of oblivion. I came here seeking hope, not just for my Earth, but for the belief that when faced with the unimaginable, we have the power to change the course of destiny." Elena's words resonated, stirring something within the collective. It was Maya who broke the silence. To turn away now, knowing we could make a difference, would negate everything we've achieved. Our prosperity means little if we ignore those in need, even if that need spans the cosmos. The decision was made. Eliana, with the support of her newfound allies, would attempt to bridge two worlds on the brink. The knowledge and technologies of this Earth would be shared in a bold effort to save her own. Orion was tasked with ensuring the safety of both worlds, a responsibility he accepted with a solemn nod, understanding the magnitude of the potential threat. As preparations began, Eliana found herself at the center of a plan far greater than herself. Her journey, once a solitary fight for survival, had evolved into a beacon of unity. She realized that redemption, often sought in the vastness of space, was instead found in the connections formed between individuals united for a common cause. The night before her return to the Odyssey, Eliana stood beside Maya, staring up at the stars. "Do you think we'll succeed?" she asked, a trace of vulnerability in her voice. Maya smiled, her gaze unwavering. "In every star there lies the potential for a new beginning, and in every heart, the power to ignite that spark. Yes, Eliana, I believe we will." With the dawn, Eliana embarked on the next phase of her mission, carrying with her the hopes of not one but two worlds. The Odyssey, once a vessel of last resort, now surged forward as a symbol of unity and the indomitable spirit of those who dare to dream of a better tomorrow. The journey back through the wormhole was a maelstrom of light and shadow, a passage through the uncertainty that lay between the possible and the impossible. As Eliana emerged, her eyes were not on the past, but on the horizon and the promise it held for the redemption of her world. The Odyssey was far from over, but for the first time, the path ahead was illuminated with hope. Chapter 2, Echoes of Tomorrow. The Odyssey's engines hummed softly as Eliana guided the spacecraft through the churning maw of the wormhole, its walls aglow with a kaleidoscope of colors that danced madly in the void. The world beyond this turbulent passage awaited her return, unaware of the monumental journey she had undertaken. As the spacecraft stabilized and the rainbow maelstrom faded into the blackness of space, Eliana drew a deep, steadying breath, her heart racing with anticipation and dread. She re-entered her Earth's orbit to find it much as she had left it, its once vibrant blues and greens muted, swathes of brown and gray marking the devastation wrought by humanity's neglect. Yet even in this desolation, Eliana saw potential. With the knowledge secured from the alternate Earth, there might still be hope to mend the scars that marred her home. Communication lines crackled to life as the Odyssey re-established contact with Earth Control. "Odyssey, this is Earth Control. Do you read? Over." Eliana leaned into the microphone, her voice firm. "Earth Control, this is Odyssey. I read you loud and clear. Over." A wave of relief washed over the control room, audible in the operator's response. "Welcome back, Odyssey. We've been in darkness since you entered the anomaly. What's your status? Over." "Mission accomplished, Earth Control. Prepare for the transmission of data. We've got work to do. Over." As the Odyssey descended through the atmosphere, Eliana's mind was alight with plans and possibilities. The mission had changed her, not just in the knowledge she brought back, but in her understanding of what humanity could achieve when united by a common cause. The spacecraft touched down in a world on the brink, amidst the ruins of what once was a testament to human achievement. Eliana emerged, greeted by a contingent of Earth's remaining leaders and scientists, their faces etched with lines of worry and hope. Among them was Dr. Adrian Kwan, the lead scientist on environmental regeneration projects. He approached Eliana, his gaze intense, searching. "Dr. Harris, your journey, what you've discovered, it could change everything." Eliana nodded, her resolve unwavering. "It can and it will, but it requires more than just science, Adrian. It'll take every one of us working together to rewrite our future." The debriefing was thorough, Eliana sharing every detail of her journey and the parallel Earth. She spoke of the shift, the collective resolve that had pulled that world back from the brink of disaster, and the advanced technologies that sustained their society in harmony with the planet. As the information was disseminated, a global conference was convened. World leaders, environmentalists, and scientists gathered, drawn together by the urgency of their situation and the flickering hope Eliana had kindled. Yet, as plans were laid, a voice of dissent rose. General Marcus Donovan, a powerful figure within the remnants of Earth's militarized nations, viewed the coming changes with skepticism and fear. "These ideas, these technologies, they threaten the order we've established. How can we ensure the security of our people amid such radical change?" Eliana met his gaze squarely, her spirit undeterred. "By understanding that the world we're fighting to protect can no longer withstand division. Our security lies not in maintaining the status quo, but in embracing the change that can save us." The tension in the room was palpable as alliances formed and fractures appeared. Yet, amid the debate, a consensus emerged, a commitment to trial the new technologies on a small scale, a demonstration of their potential to rejuvenate the dying Earth. The first project was set in the heart of what had once been a lush forest, now nothing but barren land. Eliana, alongside Maya, who had journeyed through the wormhole to lend her expertise, and a team of Earth's finest minds, commenced work. They employed bioengineering techniques and energy solutions that harnessed the natural world, reviving the soil and bringing life back to the desolate landscape. As green tendrils broke through the cracked earth, a symbol not just of growth but of the possibilities that lay ahead, Eliana stood back, watching. It was a small victory, but a poignant one. Yet, in the shadows, opposition grew. Donovan, fearing the loss of his power, began to gather those resistant to change, inciting whispers of rebellion. The battle for Earth's future was far from over, and Eliana realized that the greatest challenge lay not in the science of saving the world, but in winning the hearts and minds of its people. "I didn't just bring back solutions," Eliana mused aloud as she and Maya surveyed the burgeoning green before them. "I brought back a vision of what we could become. It's that vision we must fight for now." Maya nodded, her eyes reflecting the determination in Elena's. "And it's a fight we'll face together, not just for this Earth, but for the legacy of both our worlds." As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and red, Eliana felt the weight of the journey ahead. Yet within her chest burned a flame of resolve, fanned by the promise of tomorrow. The last astronaut might have returned to Earth, but her Odyssey, their Odyssey, had only just begun. Chapter 3. Seeds of Descent. The nascent forest stood as a testament to human ingenuity and nature's resilience, a beacon of green hope amidst the desolation. Yet as Eliana and Maya worked tirelessly to replicate their success across other devastated lands, whispers of discontent began to weave through the fractured remnants of society. General Donovan, exploiting fear and uncertainty, rallied support with alarming speed. His message was one of caution against the unknown, painting the new technologies and their proponents as harbingers of further chaos. In the dimly lit halls of power, once abuzz with the promise of change, doubt began to creep into the hearts of those who held the future of Earth in their hands. Eliana watched the growing divide with a heavy heart, recognizing the mirror it held up to her own world's past mistakes. She convened a meeting with the Global Collective, an emergency session that drew together the world's remaining leaders under the auspices of unity and shared purpose. As the session commenced, Eliana stood before them, her presence commanding the room. "We stand at the precipice of a new dawn," she began, her voice clear and strong. "The path we choose today will determine not just our future, but the legacy we leave for generations yet unborn." Dr. Adrian Kwan rose, his support unwavering. "The evidence is before us. We've seen the potential of these technologies to heal our world. To turn back now would be to abandon hope itself." General Donovan countered, his words sharp as blades. "Hope or folly? We risk more than we gain by entrusting our future to unproven wonders. We must prioritize the security and stability of our people above all." The room erupted in debate, lines drawn not just between ideologies, but between visions of the future. Eliana sought to steer the conversation, to remind them of the world they could build together, but division had taken root too deeply. In the shadows of this discord, Maya approached Eliana with troubling news. In her efforts to assist Earth's scientists, she had discovered a plot, led by Donovan, to sabotage the next project site, a critical step in proving the viability of their world-saving technologies. "We have to stop him," Maya declared, her determination a match for Elena's own. "This project could be the turning point, Eliana. If he succeeds, it will not only set back our efforts, but could destroy any hope of uniting the people." Eliana nodded, her resolve hardened by the threat. "Then we must act swiftly and decisively. We'll need allies, people we can trust to stand with us against this tide of fear and ignorance." Together, they sought out Dr. Kwan and a select group of leaders and scientists, forming a covert coalition determined to protect the project and expose Donovan's treachery. The balance of Earth's future hung in the balance, the weight of destiny pressing upon Elena's shoulders as she orchestrated their countermove. Under the cover of darkness, the coalition moved into position around the project site, a lush valley that had begun to show signs of renewal. Their intelligence had pinpointed the time and method of Donovan's planned sabotage, a coordinated assault designed to obliterate the valley and undermine the global collective's faith in the new technologies. The night was still as they waited, the tension a palpable force that shrouded them. And then, with the precision of a military operation honed by necessity rather than aggression, they struck. Donovan's forces, caught off guard by the resistance, faltered as Eliana and her allies emerged from the shadows to confront them. The confrontation was brief but intense, a clash of ideals as much as a physical skirmish. Donovan, cornered and outnumbered, realized the tide had turned against him. In the moment of his capture, His eyes met Elena's, a mixture of defiance and realization dawning within them. "This isn't the end," he hissed, his words a venomous promise. "You may have won this battle, but the war for Earth's soul is far from over." Elena regarded him with a steely calm, undaunted by his threat. "Then let it be known, we will stand ready, not as conquerors, but as guardians of a world reborn." In the aftermath, as Donovan and his cohorts were detained, the victory served not only to safeguard the project, but to galvanize the world's people. The story of the standoff, of Elena and Maya's bravery, and the coalition's unwavering commitment to the future spread like wildfire. The project site, once a potential ground zero for further division, flourished into a symbol of unity. It was a vivid, living proof that change was possible, that together they could reclaim their world from the brink of extinction. As Elena stood among the burgeoning growth, Maya by her side, she felt the first true stirrings of hope since her journey began. The road ahead was fraught with challenges, but in the seeds of dissent, they had found the strength to forge a path toward a new dawn for Earth.